Hi, thanks for clicking. If you're new, I'm Vic, and this is my attempt to document all the bathroom beauty clutter that I'm using over 2026. And I'm back with July Empties. And if you followed my introduction to Project Pan, you'll realise that a lot of this is hate panning. So let's get into a quick fire round of all the beauty, skincare and makeup empties that have left my collection. I'm just going to go through this in no particular order, and then we'll chat through what I thought of them and why I'm happy they've left and what my plans going forward are. First one is a set of under eye patches. I think these were like a seaweed one. There's still quite a few in the boxes. They're okay. Then we have a peel off mask, and I will discuss where these came from later on. These are actually new, but I decided to just crack on and open them. A hair mask, which was from a beauty box, subscription box, which I spoke about in my introduction, is that I've got a lot of things that I've sort of inherited through declutters from my neighbour, from my daughter, or things that have come in through subscription or beauty boxes. So it's kind of things that I don't know if it's hate panning. Some of them I am hate panning, or just kind of just desperately trying to get them out of my collection because they're not something I would repurchase. With this, the hair mask itself was okay. It wasn't brilliant, but I really hate using anything like this in the shower that you have to sort of open and scoop out and things. And that brings me to body scrub. I don't even know where this came from. It was a kiwi one. It was fine, but this was really an awkward shape to get the remainder out of, so I'm glad this is gone. I do have another body scrub in a similar shaped container that I'm working on for August. Mouthwash. Nothing much to say about this. I had inherited about this much of this shower gel from my daughter who didn't finish it and bought something else. It's fine, actually really good bargain thing. A sunscreen that was about to expire, which I managed to use up because of the kind of heat wave we were having. It was fine, but it was starting to kind of turn. A hand cream that had been really lingering. Again, I don't know where this came from. It wasn't that great a hand cream, wasn't very nourishing. Empty cotton rounds, staple. HRT. A perfume that was a Christmas gift declutter from a neighbour, and I really hate panned my way through this. There was just something in the back of it that I just didn't like, and it was really, really strong. So this took me about 2 months to work through this. Delighted that's gone. Dry shampoo from Aldi, terrible. I hated everything about this. I hated the fragrance, didn't absorb grease. I hated the way it left my hair feeling. Just glad that is gone. Would not repurchase that. A shower gel, which the lather itself was nice, but the fragrance was just not for me. There was something in it that just really, every time I used it, I just was desperate for it to be finished. So that, I'm delighted that's gone. Bar soap, which is what I've replaced shower gels with. So I bought a pack of 2 of these. One is nearly finished. Eye makeup remover. I like this. This has been a repurchase, but there's only 100 mils in this, and it's starting to get quite expensive. So I've not replaced this. I'll look for an alternative. Rodeo Dragon's Blood Hyaluronic Face Mist thing. Again, this came in a beauty box, not something that I would have purchased, not something that I thought added anything specific to my skincare routine or improvement or anything really, so had it, used it, won't repurchase. SPF glowy face primer that my neighbour actually gave to me, and I used that up. It was okay, but again, nothing special, and I think this brand is actually quite expensive, so not something I would seek out, but used up. Glow drops. which was like a kind of serum gel with a little bit of glow. I actually quite like these. These were from a subscription or beauty box, can't remember which one. It was just a little mini, and I quite enjoyed that under makeup, but again, not something that I need or would miss, so glad that's gone. A free sample toothpaste. I don't travel, so I just use them up. One fussy deodorant refill. I have 3 more of these from a stockpile of about 15 that I had amassed, and I don't really love this anymore. I'm trying a different deodorant just now, but I'm glad I've got another one out, and there's 3 left. A trial size body lotion. This is quite nice actually. It says rose, but it didn't really smell rose. It was more, I think there was like something citrusy in it. And I think I used a matching shower gel. Yeah, used that up as well. These were again just things that were kind of lying around from subscription boxes, and as I'm not travelling, I just used them up to get them out of the way. This was a cleansing face wash which I used up. The product itself was nice, but it smelled like washing up dish liquid, dish soap. So not something I would buy again, but it's used up. A cleansing balm. This one is from Superdrug, and it was the chamomile version. I like this. I would consider repurchasing this. I do have a couple other cleansing balms that I'm using up just now, but this brand, the B, if they still do it, by Superdrug, their cleansing balms I do like, and this, the chamomile one, was very nice, so I would repurchase that. Another sunscreen. This was the Supergoop Play, again from a subscription box. I did not like this, so I think for the price point, not worth it. What else? Oh, bits and pieces from supplement patches. Another free sample of Garnier Glow Skin Cream. This was really nice. Smells lovely, but I think for my skin it's maybe just not rich enough, but it was very pleasant. And then I think we're on to makeup. Empties colour changing foundation. I tried to get as much of it out as I could. There looks like there's a bit there, but it started to just make a real mess. And I actually like this. I got this as a sample last year via TikTok shop, but this was actually really good. I've got foundation that I need to use before I repurchase it, but I quite like that. And then I had 2 mascaras that both dried out, one brown, one black. These were both again in subscription boxes. This one was, I guess if you just want a really light everyday look, this was good, but it didn't really do much for lashes. And this one, the black one, actually was quite a nice look effect, but it was quite flaky. So tried them, but not something I would repurchase. And the last things in the bag are some makeup items which are actually going to be declutters because they've expired. So this little Revolution palette was in my project pan and pan in every palette in my makeup goals, and I'll talk about that later. And my goal was to hit pan in this shade, and I did, and to complete a no pan left behind on this, which I did, and you can see some of the looks in my shorts that I did with this. But after I tried these shades down the bottom, they really irritated my eyes after a while, and then I had a week where I didn't wear makeup because I actually had like a slightly infected eye. I think it was a combination of this and also my cat kind of punched me in the eye in the middle of the night, but I think it was definitely these, and they have definitely expired, these 2 bottom shades anyway, so I'm actually just going to declutter this. This was from my daughter. It's years old and it's not a favourite, and I did try everything and did hit quite a decent pan in that one shade, so I'm not upset to let that go. The other one is foundation, a concealer. Again, this was from my daughter, which she had decluttered, the wrong shade for her, and she'd used a wee bit, and I think I got down to about here, but this has started to smell like PVA glue, poster paint, and again, since I had that like eye irritation, I just thought I'm just gonna declutter this because I've still got another concealer to use and one in backup unopened, so this one I'm going to let go as well. And then sadly, I have one of my eyeshadow sticks to get rid of, and I'd been using this quite a lot over July as a base for eye makeup looks, but it started to feel really waxy, and then it started to kind of stick my eyelids together, and I thought, this is odd, and I sharpened it and tried it again, and it was still really dry. And then when I wound it up, I could see that actually it had really dried out, and you might not be able to see here, but there's like all these kind of cracks and things going on. And comparing it to the other eyeshadow stick that I've got that is newer than this, which is still creamy fine, this is just not right. I just don't want to be putting this on my lids. And again, with the issue I had with my eye for about a week, I'm just not going to take the risk, so I am going to declutter this as well. So let's have a count up and see. Okay, so doing. Overall we've got 25 pieces of beauty, skincare, general hygiene kind of empties, trash, and we've got in the makeup 3 empties and 3 declutters. So yeah, quite a good month in terms of using things up and decluttering through using rather than wasting things. So I'm really pleased with progress here. I think next month will be obviously slower progress because a lot of these things had already had a lot of usage on them. I will do an August plan to pan because I still have a number of skincare, mainly skincare products that are open and in use, which are not my favourite, and I would really like to just rotate out and not repurchase them. And August is my birthday month, and I will have new things coming in, and also I have had a number of new things coming in July, which I'll talk about in this part of the video because that obviously adds to the inventory, and some of them I've started to use already, and I'll go through makeup in a separate video. So let's chat about what actually came in as new to me and new products over July, because actually quite a lot of things did come in. The first thing is a declutter from my neighbour. So this, I think, it's a night cream, and she'd used a little bit of it, and it's the Medicate brand. Smells lovely, feels lovely. So yeah, I'm using this up at night because I've finished a night cream, I think last month when I did my update, so I hadn't repurchased one, so this has come in, so that's fine. I had some basic hygiene things come in, so soap to replace shower gel, and then the other thing that I had mentioned in my introduction video of wanting to purchase or have was a new shampoo and conditioner matching, because I've been using up the hair mask and various other odds and ends of shampoo. Now, new shampoo did come in, but in kind of unexpected ways. So first of all, I placed an order for some household essentials and some things for my daughter via the Savers sort of chemist store, and they sent a little bag with some free samples in it. So one was the little toothpaste, Sensodyne toothpaste sample, and the little face cream, and then they also sent 2 of these full-size shampoos. So another one is in the shower, which I've opened. It's okay, it's quite not aggressive, but it leaves your hair that kind of squeaky texture, so I'm kind of using it every other time, and I had been using it with the hair mask, so that kind of helped me use that up. But the thing that did come to me again, it's kind of a declutter, but I'm not mad about it. So my daughter had requested these 2 Dove shampoos, but she doesn't like them, they don't agree with her hair, so they came to me, and I think she'd maybe used about that much. So I've been using these, alternating with this one that's open in the shower. So yes, I purchased them, not for myself, but they're fine, and goals met, they match. So that was kind of purchases and declutters, I guess, from my neighbour and from my daughter. So that adds shampoo and conditioner, which is fine, that was a gap, and a night cream, which was a gap. Then I had a lot of actual free samples come in because of the opportunities available via TikTok. So for my indie author work, I have a TikTok account, and I've been able to engage with the TikTok shop, and I had been having a break from TikTok for a while, but had got back into over June and July, and there were a number of sample opportunities that came up that I thought would be useful to try and would fill gaps in my collection that were starting to appear, so around hair care, skincare and so on. So I actually did get quite a number of samples come in over July, which will inflate my inventory, and I guess I've tried them all, most of them all. I think I have 2 still to try, which I'll chat about in a minute. I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Yes, I did need to sneeze, I'm back. Yeah, I've opened all of them because I kind of don't want to let things accumulate and be there to waste, and I'm at a sort of stage with the remainder of things I'm hate panning where I don't think it's going to slow my progress. So why don't we just get into it? So this is no particular order, but this is a leave-in conditioning spray hair silk. I've used this about 3 times, and I actually really like this because I'm kind of not sure what I'm doing with my hair at the moment. I'm trying to grow it. I'm letting my hair go grey. Post-hysterectomy, hair texture's changed, so this has keratin, silk protein, that kind of thing, and it does actually make my hair feel a lot softer, so I'm happy to use this up and I'll make good progress on this. As I said, I've used this about 3 times already, and it's fine to use with everything else. I did also get some body moisturiser and lotion. Try this in a bag because it had cracked in the post when it arrived. It's the Nivea Cocoa Nourish. Like this, like Nivea, like this, and I think in my current body moisturiser, which I'll show my inventory, I've got about that much left to go. So again, these will get used up. They're not really duplicating, they're replacing something that I would have purchased anyway. Then in terms of skincare, facial skincare, I did get 2 samples from Rock. One is an under eye balm stick and the other one is like a plumping serum. And again, I do still have a little bit of under eye cream left, and a little bit of serum. So these are going to replace things which are just about finished. And I've tried these and I'm using these and they're fine. The areas where I didn't really need to add, but I was tempted, and I'm happy that I've tried them, are in terms of makeup, perfume and other bits and pieces. So I'll go through the other bits and pieces first. So I used up a face mask this month because I tried 2 kits, sample kits from 7th Heaven. So I remember this brand from back in the early 90s, I think, before it had a rebrand. And I got this because the Minions thing, it has like spot dots, little things, and my kids will use that. My daughter's already, as you can see, been in at it, taking some things. And this has like mud masks, peel off masks, and again my daughter will use this as well. So although technically did not need 13 face masks, they will get used up, and not just by me. And it's a brand that I know, it's a brand I know I like, and using that cucumber peel off mask this morning was such a nostalgic treat that I'm not mad about having them in. And then toppling everything nowhere. And then carrying on with Nivea, was intrigued by this perfume, and I thought it's my birthday month, Nivea Sun, and actually I've worn this quite a lot, even though I was hate panning that other perfume, so this is a nice kind of change. And I do have another perfume which I'm alternating these between, but I don't actually think there's that much in that, and I've used it a couple of times and I will definitely use this over August. It's just like that classic Nivea scent, but with a little bit of a floral thing, so really kind of inoffensive, and that for me works. Then where we get a little bit may impact on my makeup panning goals, I was going to save this for the makeup video, but I think I'll just do it here because it's things that came in for free. Was via Wonderskin, and I have 4 things from Wonderskin. And this is a little bit of a hear me out, and I don't think they will derail me that much. And I have been using all of these all month. So what was the first thing I got? I think was the, yeah, it was the lip stain kit. So I chose it in this colour. And my rationale for that was, one, I was curious about trying the lip stain. But secondly, I thought I could layer it under lipsticks that I'm trying to pan, because they're all kind of this. This is my current lipstick I'm trying to pan this year. They're all kind of a neutral pink, so I thought if I had this underneath, that might just change it up a little bit. And it might also be a better way to use lip glosses and things as well. So that was the theory. And then I got the chance to have the serum lip oil, which also I've been using a lot. It's kind of in that colour. It's really nice. Didn't need a lip oil, but I like it and I am using it. I then tried the brow stain kit, and that is not really a major issue, because the brow gel that I'm using is the one that I prefer, but again it's kind of a bit more pricey and it is starting to run out. And I tried an eyeshadow to see if that would work, but it's actually quite purple, so this I thought was quite good, and it is actually fine. Like, it's really good for a natural kind of look. And then this was just a completely unnecessary, but wanted to try it. And I think that's the thing, if what I said with my goals, if I need something or I want to try something, I'm going to use it immediately. And this is one of these colour changing, pH adapting blush sticks. And it's just like, it looks like that, but it just goes on like a kind of pink, which you can sheer out or build up. And actually under the pink powder blush I'm trying to pan, this is quite good. So yes, adding to my inventory, but I've been using them and they're complementing what I'm trying to pan rather than distracting from it, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. I have 2 more makeup products which I've still to try, and one is mascara. Always need a mascara. Only had one on the go, so this will replace the mascara when it dries out or when I reopen it. And the second thing is this Oriflame lip balm pencil, which has like, it's a 4-in-1 balm, gloss, colour and lip care. And again, not an essential, but I think I have swatched this and tried this, and it's just that kind of nice peachy neutral colour. So we'll see, but I will use it. So yeah, quite a lot of things came in just through TikTok. All of these will go in the inventory. All of these will get used. All of these are currently in use, and I don't think they're going to derail from my project pan, which I will chat about in a different video regarding makeup. And I'll just do a quick section here about what I want to focus on in August. The things that are in my bathroom are already open, plus new things from the inventory. So I will now go through what we've got open. Obviously, a lot of this is for the course of the rest of 2026, but actually a lot of this I think will be finished in August. So I will focus on what we'd like to get out by the end of August as well. Okay, let's have a look through the chaos. Okay, so this is the stuff that came in July, which will be replacements for a lot of this. This is basically what remains in my bathroom that I would like to work through, and much of this is odds and ends. Like, there's a lot of usage in most of these things. So you can see there's some perfume, skincare, body care, hair care, and here. So by far the largest category is this, I guess, facial skincare category. And there's a couple that are not really have much use on them. There's this face oil, and then there's this sort of powder scrub. I think I'm actually going to use this on both, probably on my body, because they're not brilliant, but the rest is well used and will be a focus in August. There's a couple of hair care things, this, and there's maybe about to here in the mousse, so we'll use that up. There's some shower care, body care, and then perfumes. These I'm not going to work on. This is what I'm working on just now. It's about up to here, and then I've got these samples which I'm not going to touch. So I think for this I'll talk about what I'm going to focus on and show the kind of usage. So I'm sitting on the floor now. I'm tired. So first thing I'm going to go through for August is this Olay body lotion, which I got last year as a sample. It's okay, but I've been trying to work through it, and I think I'm about here. So I just want to get this done. I think this will maybe take me a week or so. So this will be out, and when that's out, I'm going to roll in. This. It's just in this bag because it cracked in the postage. This is the sample from TikTok. And I'll just roll this in, and then once this is done, I'll roll in the body butter. So that is body care. I also have a body scrub, which is about halfway through, and this, it's fine. The fragrance is actually really nice. It's one of these like cherry blossom things. But what I really dislike is these kind of things in the shower. I find them awkward, and also the shape of this is really awkward as well. But I think this, again, this will maybe take me another 2 weeks, but this will definitely be done in August. And I'm going to roll this out, and I'm going to roll this in its place, which is actually one of those like rice powder face cleansers, but I don't like it on my face, so I think I'll just use that in the shower for body. So this might run into September, but I think that'll get used up. In terms of shower care, I have this shower oil. I hate shower oils. I think they're like such a bad idea, so bad for slipping, especially if you're kind of clumsy, off balance like me. I think I'm about halfway with this. I really tried to get this done in July. I just want it out. I don't even really like the fragrance on it, although it's like lavender or something. I'm going to focus on this. It's okay like as a shave oil, things like that, so we'll try and focus to get that out of the way. I've also got, I guess this is body care as well, I've also got this, like, it's a magnesium night balm. My neighbour gave me this. I'm down to about here. Again, I was trying to get this out because it's one of those like natural oils brands, so I think this will probably expire fairly soon. I don't know when she opened this. It was hardly used, but it was a declutter, so I think if I've been keeping this in the bathroom, so at night when I do my teeth, I've just been putting this on my back. I don't think it makes much difference, but I will use it up. Just smells like lavender, so hopefully that will be gone. I finished a hand cream in July. I'm rolling this one in. I think it's about here. I really like this. Smells lovely, nice and hydrating, but this will probably take me several months to work through. And I've got, I don't know if I should include this basic hygiene, but I bought this in July and it's already down to here. So this will probably be in my empties as well. I'll chat quickly about perfumes in terms of the body care bundle. Don't really know where they go, but after lotion I put perfume on. So I panned a perfume in July, which I didn't really like. This was another perfume that came in from a neighbour with that at Christmas, and I just started using this immediately. It was above there when I started, so I've used about that this week. This one is nicer. It's not my favourite. I think it's like, it's very floral. It's like maybe honeysuckle, magnolia, something like that in it. But it's okay. So I'll get through that, and hopefully I'll get through that a bit quicker. And once this is finished, or in fact, I think I might be trying to alternate it with this, because this is obviously a summer fragrance. So let's just get rid of the box. And put this in, those two, because I do actually have quite a number of fragrances for someone who suffers with migraines if the fragrance is wrong. One that I've had for about a year now is this. It's just a Zara one. It's about there. I like this. It doesn't last very long, whatever. But I think this would be the next thing I focus on, although it's more spring summer. I do have one higher end perfume, Gucci Guilty, which was a Christmas gift from my family, and I used about that in the winter, and I don't really want this to go bad, so winter, I'd like to roll this in. And then I've got a number of these four little samples from Penhaligon's, and 2 are the same, so I'll maybe try and use one of these up at some point. But yeah, this month I'm going to be alternating between these 2 and see if I can knock this one out, because it's just not a favourite. Hair care, I have a mousse. Obviously can't see, but it feels down here. I use this almost every other wash, so I will try and focus on getting this out, because this has been in my collection for a year or so now. I have this other finishing cream. This was from my neighbour. It was pretty much full. I have used about that much, but again, this is I guess a clean brand, and it is starting to get that oil smell, so I do need to kind of try and remember to use that. But since I've received this spray, I prefer this. I prefer the smell of it, I prefer the way it interacts on the hair. We'll see. I would like to try and use this, but it may have to be a declutter. We'll see. We'll try and avoid that. So that's hair care. And finally, on to the largest category of things that need to just be finished and out my bathroom, out my life, is facial skincare. So we'll start with cleansers. I have this Liz Earle, it's like the gel cleanser, and this is in the shower now, and it is down to about there. There's maybe another couple of weeks in there. I really like the Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish the Cream. I'm not as much of a fan of this, but I will use this up. So that's a kind of morning cleanser. And then I've got 2 cleansing balms from the Beauty Crop on the Go, the peptide one. So this is what I would use to take my makeup off at night. I think my daughter uses this as well. Might take me a wee while to go. I don't mind this one, but I've got this mini, the avocado one, but it has clove oil in it, and it really smells of clove. But I've been working on that this week, and this is my priority to finish up, because I don't like the clove oil in it. So this one in the morning, this one at night. That's cleanser. Eye cream. Can't think of the name there. I have this retinol eye cream that was in a beauty box or something, and I've been using this actually for a while. I think it's down here now. That's probably still a few months in there, and I have been alternating this with this Rock eye balm stick. I really like this before makeup, and you can see I've used quite a bit of it already. Only received that this month, so alternate between these 2. Serums, I have, this has been on its side unhelpfully, this Lumen, it's a vegan collagen essence. I think when it settles it's about down here, so this is like maybe a week worth. I use this at night. I also have this Cosrx 6 peptide skin booster, which is still up here. Try to use this every morning, a couple of pumps. I don't think this does anything, but again, since I have it, I will use it. So this is going to be in for a while, but it's in use. Once this serum is out, I'll bring in this Rock stick, which I've been using anyway. So that's going to roll in to replace it. I have an facial SPF. I don't love this. This was just like a cheap and cheerful try. It's SPF 15. Doesn't have a strong fragrance or anything, but it's down to there. So I think I'll get this out in the next week. Still use SPF every day. Night cream, which was from my neighbour. Been using this at night. And the other skincare thing I have is this. It's like a dual phase face oil. It's like rose and blueberry. I have used a little bit of it. It's pleasant enough. I don't think it does anything. This might end up being used as a body moisturizer. because I much prefer this. So that is facial skincare. And last but not least, the face masks. So there's now 12 face masks here and 1 set of eye gels. So I will get these used up and I'll try and use a couple of face masks. We'll see how we get on with that. And then that leaves 1 backup, which is this. So actually, not that bad. What do I think will definitely be finished this month? The scrub, the oil, this cleanser, this SPF, this serum, and what else? Oh, magnesium gel and that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8. We'll see, might be a couple other surprises in there. Yeah, feeling slightly less overwhelmed, but we'll see what else comes in because it's my birthday, and yeah, we'll see if TikTok tempts me.